Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Kingsborough All-Star Football Camp Preview Show. Joined now by quarterback Scott Zolak, formerly of the University of Maryland. He has his Maryland attire on now, but this past week was drafted in the 4th round, the first pick by the New England Patriots, and not only a wealthy young man, but a very happy one. And welcome, Scott, to Fredericksburg.
Thank you very much. I'm not wealthy yet, but hopefully we'll be soon.
Working on it.
It was pretty. You got really anxious there towards the end. The draft lasted until 6:30 on ESPN, and we were sitting there watching, waiting for the call. And the actual call didn't come until about 10 after 9 that night. And it was Coach McPherson for the Patriots, and he said, "How would you like to be a New England Patriot?" And I said, "I'm ready to go. Sign me up."
A lot of people sitting at home saying, New England Patriots, wow, they've had some rough years. But you look at it as a great opportunity. Many of the teams in the NFL right now are stocked with quarterbacks. New England Patriots have just released Steve Grogan. I believe he retired. They have Hugh Millen and Tommy Hodson from LSU. So a very good chance for you to step in and perform very early in your career.
That's right. You have to look at it as an opportunity. They had an outstanding draft. USA Today ranked the Patriots, Seattle, and Dallas as having the best drafts this year in 1991. And they drafted a lot of young talent, a lot of linemen, which is going to help me out, hopefully, and maybe Tommy Hodson also. And they got some good receivers up there, and I'm really looking forward to getting up there and going to work.
For those of you watching at home, Scott Zolak, quarterback at the University of Maryland, had an outstanding year this past year, senior year, and was rated the top 5 quarterbacks in the nation, and number 5, as a matter of fact. In my opinion, I had you at number 1, and I'll tell you why. Because looking at your stats and so forth, you had the 1 year to perform. But McGuire and these guys are going to organizations now where they're going to have to sit a while. I think of the crop of quarterbacks right now, you will have the most immediate impact due to the fact that you're going to jump up there, and I think you will be able to play before any of these other guys will ever see you down.
That's true. That's the response I'm getting right now, that, New England is the best situation for a young quarterback to come into and have an impact early in his professional career, though it's going to be a great challenge and it's going to be a rough road if I just so happen to play next year. It's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to take a lot of time to learn the offense, and I'm sure the transition from college to professional ranks is really rough.
Now, Scott, I've talked to Mark Rippon, as you well know. He's told me he didn't want to start in the NFL right away. He wanted to sit and wait. How do you feel about that? Are you kind of saying, I want to learn, of course, but do you want on-the-job training, or do you just want to wait a little bit?
You're kind of in between right now. You're really not sure whether you're ready to play, but you also want to play, and it comes down to, say you don't want to play, and then you get out there that Sunday and you feel all the surroundings of the game, the atmosphere, and it really pumps you up, and you're like, that's when you really want to play. And so you really have to gear yourself to play no matter what's going to happen, whether I'm the backup or not. You never know when the starter's going to go down. It's the same way it was at Maryland. I had to be ready to play at any time.
University of Maryland, a proud tradition of quarterbacks. Boomer Esiason, obviously with Cincinnati Bengals, good friend of yours. Neil O'Donnell now with Pittsburgh. So Maryland has pumped out some quarterbacks. Frank Reich with Buffalo. So you just follow a long line of quarterbacks at the University of Maryland.
They sure have. And Stan Gelbaugh, he's doing really well in the World League right now. I think he's the #1 rated passer in the World League, and he's doing great out there in London. And of course, Boomer, Neil, and Frank are doing awesome. Actually, they're well into their careers, and they've established themselves with their team. And that's my goal, to get on the roster. Make the 45-man traveling squad, and we'll just take it from there.
Scott, as many of you watching at home, ACC football fans, big wins. This year is supposed to be a lean year. You had a big win over West Virginia, final play of the ball game, just under a minute, I believe, and then against Virginia Tech. And the upset of Virginia. Talk a little bit about those 3 big ball games.
That's right. Maryland wasn't expected to do much this year. A lot of the preseason publications had us winning 1, 2, maybe even 3 games at the most. But that's the big thing. We were a bunch of hard workers. We didn't take no for an answer. And the first game against Virginia Tech, we hit a quick pass with a minute left. We won the game, and that gave us the confidence to go into West Virginia to win that one. And with the toughness of our schedule, playing Michigan, Penn State, Clemson, and Georgia Tech, that you need those 2 early big wins, to carry you through the season. And we ended up 6-5-1, and it was our first bowl game in 5 years, and everybody's just happy and things are upbeat there. And hopefully they'll have a great year next year also.
Scott Zolak is one of many important players that are going to be coming to Fredericksburg this summer, June 17th through 20th, the first ever Kingsborough All-Star Football Camp. Scott will be joined by quarterback Mark Rippon from the Washington Redskins, wide receiver from the Chicago Bears Ron Morris, and many other players throughout the NFL. Scott, some things I want to touch on. For those of you watching at home, Joe Montana, the greatest quarterback in my mind, and many of you watching at home, very good friend of yours. Talk about your relationship with Joe.
I'm very fortunate to know Joe Montana. He came from my high school, and my father coached Joe when he was in high school, and I was a water boy at that time. I was only 7 years old. And it's just amazing to think that, you know, you might be playing against him now in the NFL, you know, having two quarterbacks from the same high school make it. The odds are just phenomenal, and I feel fortunate enough to, you know, to have him as a role model to look up to and model yourself after. You know, he's the best, and you can't pick anybody better. You
showed me pictures on your walls in your dorm with such things saying, we're real proud of you, Joe Montana. So he's really followed your career, and that's got to be a big inspiration for you.
He has. You know, it's tough for him also, you know, he's busy with his own schedule. He has a lot of things he attends to. His mind's going different places, and, you know, it's just an honor for him to take the time out to write you and, you know, just, you know, having some encouraging notes for the season, and it really helps out.
Now, as you enter the NFL, your thoughts, immediate thoughts. What's the first thing you're going to do? Obviously, a big change from scraping by financially to obviously your financial future looks very bright.
That's really not the thing of importance right now. You know, I just love the game of football. I'm glad that I have the chance to continue playing on in my life, and that's the big thing that I'm happy with. You know, just to keep going out there practicing and playing every day. That's the big thing right now, and I have to go up there and make a good impact. You know, when I go to training camp and carry that on through to the preseason and the season, and, you know, hopefully I really establish myself in New England.
Kids at home that may not know of you or some of the players that are coming this summer, what can you tell them as far as attracting them to this summer's camp?
The summer camps are great for kids. It's a big thing for kids to get to the camps. They meet a lot of, you know, professional athletes, professional coaches, high school coaches, and not only that, the big thing is that they learn a lot from them. They learn great techniques. They learn those techniques, take those techniques home, study them more, work on them more, as we'll show them later in the show when we go outside and show you some of the things. You know, it's just a great advantage to go to the camp.
Now, you went to many camps growing up, and it's got to be a big key to your success throughout your career.
Mini camps, they're great. You know, you have a lot of fun. You meet a lot of friends there. You know, if it's great if you could have six of your friends, you know, sign up for the camp at the same time. You get a carpool to go to the camp, and it's fun. You know, you're going to play games there, and you meet a lot of new people. That's just a great thing about the camps.
We'll be right back with New England's quarterback, Scott Zolak, after this commercial message. Stay tuned. We're going outside to give you some tips on stretching and conditioning. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Cherie, Marketing Director for the Virginia Home Show. I'd like to share with you some of the letters we've received from advertisers using our service. The buyer's initial contact was a direct result of viewing the ad and calling for an appointment to see the home. I have received numerous phone calls, and through these calls, I've been able to obtain 2 listings. The professional and progressive ads you produce have brought me numerous calls and direct sales. I advertised a house on the Home Show. It was sold within 2 days. We have had excellent response to our TV advertising, both in the Stafford-Fredericksburg area and in the Prince William area. We highly recommend their product as one for consideration. As a result of this ad, we sold our listing to a family living in Grafton Village. They saw the ad on cable TV, drove past the house, and called us for an appointment. In turn, we were able to list their home in Grafton Village, which sold after only 10 days on the market. The Virginia Home Show goes into well over 100,000 homes in areas including Fredericksburg, Stafford, Spotsylvania, Lake Ridge, Dale City, Woodbridge, Montclair, Occoquan, and Manassas. I'd welcome the opportunity to speak with you about advertising on the Home Show. Give me a call at 703-371-8324.
When you're ready to purchase a new home, choose a builder who's ready to work with you. Aaron Slater Homes, family owned and operated, has been building award-winning homes in the Fredericksburg area for over 22 years. We'll work closely with you to custom build your new home the way you want it, from our plans or yours. Take advantage of low interest rates and great financing plans. With prices from the mid-90s, a proven track record, and personalized service, Aaron Slater can make your dream of owning a home a reality. Models open daily in Hollybrook and Fairfield Woods. Call 786-5533.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Kings Pro All-Star Football Camp Preview Show. Once again joined by former Maryland quarterback and current member of the New England Patriots, Scott Zolak. And Scott, I know you growing up training is of utmost importance. Tell the kids watching right now some of the things that went into your career.
Training is definitely one of the most important things, especially growing up, being young. You have to eat right. Nutrition is a big part. You have to drink a lot of water instead of having a lot of soda. Try to stay away from the candy, eat a lot of fruit. And you have to get your rest. To be good at anything, you have to be rested when you go into games, when you have to go into practice. And practices are crucial. That's one of the most important things.
Now, the kids at home watching our program that are deciding right now whether or not to come to the camp this summer, you growing up obviously went to a lot of football camps. What are some of the things you took away from the camps you went to?
It's one of the most important things when you're growing up to be a kid. You like to go to camps in the summer. It's a thing where you meet a lot of friends. You learn from a lot of great coaches. If you go to a lot of camps, you learn from a lot of different people. The big thing is the instruction part of it. You know, you learn all the great techniques, the way to do things right. And then you can take those things, go home, practice those, and that helps you to become a better player.
Scott, to be a good quarterback or to be a good athlete, stretching is very important. Tell the kids at home not only what you do, but what you recommend for them to do as far as stretching techniques.
Flexibility is a very important thing, especially going into games and practice. You know, if you don't stretch out and you don't stretch your muscles out, you're very more susceptible to become injured. And, you know, injuries occur when your muscles are tight, and that's when you go, you know, football is such a it's a fast and then a stop and then a fast. It's just such a touch-and-go sport that injuries happen a lot. And if you're not stretched out properly, and if you don't train the right way, if you don't lift a certain weights a certain way, you can become injured very easily.
What gives you the edge? As a quarterback, you've told me many times, you've won so many games the last year you played in the final moments of the ball game. You said, I thrive on that. I love being in there with the clock winding down and just a few minutes to play to make the big play happen.
That's right, sure. Being a quarterback takes a special kind of leader. You have to be very sharp mentally, and the big thing is concentration. You have to concentrate throughout the whole game. You have to know what the quarterback's doing, what your receivers are going to be doing, and what your line is going to be doing, because they're going to be blocking for you. And the quarterback has to set up behind the line. He has to know where the receivers are going to be. And when you're under pressure, when the time's running down, that's when concentration is the most important. So concentration is definitely the key to being good.
But Scott, concentration is not only for a quarterback, it's in every facet of the ball game. Am I correct?
You're correct, sure, but, you know, quarterback maybe a little bit more, even a receiver, you know, watching the ball come in, catching the ball with the fingers right here and catching the point of the ball, that's the big thing for a receiver. Same thing as a lineman. He has to stay in front of his guy, concentrate on making the block so he doesn't get to the quarterback or the running back.
Kids at home right now are watching saying, okay, here's a guy, 6'5", 225 pounds. He's reached his ultimate goal. New England Patriots, drafted first pick of the 4th round. It didn't come easy, and I think anybody watching at home realizes they have to put work into it. Tell the kids at home the commitment you made, and when you decided to make the big jump to the NFL, you had tunnel vision. Tell the kids at home what you did.
That's right. Growing up, you have to set goals. You have to have dreams, whether you want to be a professional baseball player, basketball player, or football player. And, you know, when you dream those dreams, you have to work hard to achieve it. Success doesn't come easy. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of studying, especially with academics and schoolwork. You know, if you want to be a good student, you have to do your homework and study a lot. You have to prepare yourself well for tests. And that's the same thing. It's the way I look at it. I prepare myself all week for games, and the game's my test. And to grade out good in that game, you have to practice really well and concentrate and practice.
Division I quarterback or Division I player is the highest goal you can reach as far as from high school to college. That's a big jump, the Division I player. Kids at home right now saying, well, I'm good, but I might be a Division II or Division III player. What's the difference for a guy young enough in high school to make the jump to Division I? What do they have to do to get over the hurdle?
Division I, II, or III, it really doesn't matter. You know, if you want to play football, that's what your goal is, and if you don't have the chance to play Division I football and you have to play Division II or III, there's nothing different. You put the pants on the same way. You know, if you love the game of football, it's a contact game no matter where you go. People are playing just as hard on any level. It's just that maybe you might have some bigger guys playing Division I football. But you're not fortunate enough to play Division I football, then you have to play Division III, and you just have to make the best of that situation.
Real quick, for kids watching at home once again, give a few keys to become a good athlete, whether they're in 3rd grade now watching or seniors in high school. What are a few keys from Scott Zolak, something you could pass on to them that would help them down the line?
The big thing is basically when you grip the ball, being a quarterback, is you want to have at least 2 fingers here on the strings, and these 2 fingers towards the tip of the ball. And make sure that there's slightly a little window right in here between your palm and the football, because you don't want to be palming the ball like this, because it's really going to be like your shot putting the football instead of really throwing it. And the big thing is, you know, when you drop back being a quarterback, is to hold the ball high and come through over top. Come over top the shoulder. Don't come out here sidearm like this. You know, you're going to get a lot more power coming over top. And your follow-through is when you follow through, it's like throwing a screwball in baseball. You turn your thumb down and outward, not like a curveball, because when you turn your thumb down and out, that makes the ball come off this way like this, and you're going to get a lot tighter spiral on the football, and it's just going to be just a lot better of a throw.
For the kids watching at home, quarterback Mark Rippon of the Washington Redskins and Scott Zolak from the New England Patriots will be there this summer. I'm sure you're going to spend a little time with each kid as far as teaching them the proper techniques of throwing the football.
Sure, definitely. I feel you have to get to this camp. It's a great opportunity for all the kids in the Fredericksburg area. I would recommend it to any of you. There's going to be a lot of pro and high school coaches with a lot of talent and a lot of teaching, and you're going to learn a lot from this camp. It's going to help you to become a better player, and I would encourage every kid out there to attend this camp.
One final question. We talk so much about the physical attributes to become a good football player. The mental side, not only the quarterback, but every aspect of being a good ball player, you have to have a tough mental ability on the football field.
That's right. When you go out on the football field or whatever you do, that's the one thing you're out there for, is to play football on that field. And you can't think about anything else once you're on that field. Just concentrate on the field about football. And then when you go home later, you can think about other stuff, watching TV, studying, or whatever. And it's just a thing where you have to be concentrating on whatever you're going to do to be good at.
And I think you've told me before, paying close attention to whether it's your dad, your coaches, or teachers. You have to really pay attention to what people are telling you.
That's right. Those older people are the ones, that's why they're teaching you. That's why they're in the schools teaching you. That's why your coaches are there to coach you, and that's why you have parents. They've been through more than you have. They understand what life is about, and you have to listen to those people to be successful in life.
Take those words, heed them. We'll see you in just a few minutes.
Be there at the camp.
There is no better time than right now to consider buying a new home. But before you invest in a new home, do yourself a favor and compare the quality, style, workmanship, and most of all, price of an American Classic built home. American Classic has homes starting from $49,900. Custom built on your lot or ours, using your plans or ours. Homes built to suit you. For the finest quality built homes at the most affordable price in the area, check out American Classic Homes. You'll be pleasantly surprised and glad you did. Call 786-3121, American Classic Homes.
Mother Hubbard's is your complete catering service, handling all those fussy details, from music to flowers and from food to photos. Mother Hubbard's Catering will help you select the right menu to fit your budget, from small intimate parties to large corporate gatherings. Mother Hubbard's Catering is ready to consult with you free of charge. Mother Hubbard specializes in weddings, anniversaries, picnics, and parties of all kinds. One call and we will do it all. Why not give us a call right now?
Mount Vernon First, designed for you, the first-time home buyer. With Mount Vernon First, you take advantage of many cost-saving benefits and a fantastic selection of homes, especially priced for first-time buyers. Look for Mount Vernon First homes in your neighborhood and contact your local Mount Vernon Realty professional, or call 1-800-476-HOME and we'll send you our step-by-step buyer's guide free. For financial and real estate advice, talk to our professional counselors weeknights from 7 to 9 p.m. That's 1-800-476-HOME.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Kings Pro All-Star Football Camp Preview Show. Joined once again by quarterback Scott Zolak. We'll get to him in just a moment. First of all, I'd like to tell everybody that wants to come to the camp this summer, the cost is $150, and you can call 372-1086 or 372-1087. Operators on duty 9 to 5 each and every day, so if you want to get your registrations out to you and you haven't got them yet, that's a good way to do it. Scott, once again, some of the players that are coming to the camp this summer, Ron Morris and Mark Rippon, your impression of both of those guys?
It's outstanding, having Mark Rippon. He's an area athlete. He's professional from the Washington Redskins, and I'm sure a lot of kids look up to him, especially having Ron Moore here. Phil Sims has done a radio promo for the show, and the camp is definitely getting the professional backing that it needs, and it needs these quality people to work with the kids. And that's the support that you're getting from these professional athletes. And when they make that type of commitment, it's very important for these kids to understand that and get to this camp.
Scott, what's the keys to becoming a great athlete? Obviously, you've attained that, but for kids watching at home, what do they have to do each and every day to become a better athlete and make it, maybe not Division I, but possibly 2 or 3, and even those that aspire to go to the professional ranks, what do they have to do?
It's constant concentration on what you have to set goals. You have to achieve these goals, and you do that by dedication, hard work, concentration. Those are the three things that you need to be a great professional athlete. And those that do it, is like Mark Rippon, Phil Simms, Ron Moore, they're the role models that are coming back to these camps. And, you know, when these kids see that, you know, hopefully these kids look up to them and, you know, hopefully they aspire to be that one day.
Your determination has really come throughout your career, and obviously that's got to be something that's really pushed you over the top.
That's the thing. I think you have to be determined at whatever you do and not let anything get you down. You know, whatever odds that you face, you have to do anything you can to overcome those odds. You have to keep a positive attitude, and positive people succeed.
So you believe that anybody can do it with proper training and the foresight to work hard.
That's right.
Okay, you've heard it from Scott Zolak, the first player taken in the 4th round of this recent NFL draft. And look for him in the American Football Conference this year with the New England Patriots. And look for him to do big things in the coming years in the NFL. For Scott Zolak, I'm Jamie King. We hope to see you this summer at the Kings Pro All-Star Football Camp.
Coming to the Wise Mom and Tots program really is the highlight of our week. It gives me the kind of quality time with my daughter that I ordinarily wouldn't have, and my daughter loves it. I'm not sure what she enjoys more, being in the pool or the popcorn and playtime later.
I especially like the Nautilus room because they have great equipment, a helpful staff, and they have babysitting available when I need it. And the hours make it real conducive to my regular schedule.
I like to bring my children to the preschool program because I know they'll be in good hands. They'll be able to learn and have fun.
The Rappahannock Area YMCA without a doubt positively impacts thousands of people in the greater Fredericksburg community each year. Their slate of programs is extensive. Their service to the community is unmatched. Open 7 days a week, the YMCA offers a wide variety of aquatics programs for all ages. Whether you're 18 months or 80 years old, are recovering from a heart attack, or suffer from arthritis, the YMCA has a program in place tailored to meet your needs. On the surface, the Y may appear to be a typical fitness center. However, once beyond the doors, it doesn't take long to see the difference. They reach out to special populations, offering adaptive swim classes and specially designed programs for the physically and mentally handicapped year-round. Rebecca Clark, coordinator for the Rappahannock Adult Activity Center, has seen the tremendous impact the YMCA has had on her participants.
For the last year, we have had an ongoing daily relationship with the YMCA, offering mentally retarded people in our planning district a chance to integrate into the community by using the facilities and programs at the local YMCA. It is a valuable part of our program. It has enhanced everyone's lives, staff as well as our participants. Our participants are very proud to show their YMCA card. They're also very excited about coming into the community every day to be with folks doing a variety of activities, from weightlifting to low-impact aerobics to dance therapy in movement to the swimming programs that we use on a daily basis. We're very grateful and very proud to be a part of the local YMCA.
After a long, hard day at the office, the Y offers local residents a place to unwind, to reduce stress, and to maintain their fitness levels. With an on-site babysitting service, childcare isn't a problem. Along with swimming, aerobics, and family fun runs, another popular activity offered by the Y is karate.
The YMCA Ishinru Karate School, the word Ishinru means one heart way. It means your heart, which is really your mind. That's the Japanese kanji right here. Ishinru, one heart way. This word for heart is also the word for mind. It means that your mind is number one. It's the most important thing that we train for in here is to work with your mind. Your attitude, if your attitude is right about something, then you're going to be 100% in that area of your life. If you have a bad attitude about something, no matter what you do, you're never really going to succeed. So in karate, even the word of our style is very significant because it says one heart way. Attitude, really what kind of person you are, is the most important thing that we train you here with.
Staffed with only 5 full-time employees, the YMCA relies heavily on volunteer support. Over 300 people from the community give their time and talents to lead classes, maintain the building, and serve on the board of directors. These volunteers keep the YMCA in touch with the community and enhance the effectiveness of the staff.
Because I like the YMCA. It's a nice organization, it has some nice people, and I enjoy what I do here and volunteer, what little bit I do in the volunteer area.
Hi, my name is Amy Smith, and I'm the aquatic director at the YMCA. What you see behind you is what goes on in a typical day here. We've got a group of Stafford Elementary School and Falmouth Elementary School students in for just swimming and recreation. The unique thing about these students are that they are all handicapped, autistic, Down syndrome, and we have a lot of volunteers and teachers and parents in the water. We couldn't run these programs without the volunteers in the water.
Over the course of a year, the YMCA provides nearly $20,000 in financial assistance to members of this community. John Lafley, the YMCA's executive director, notes that the Wise Financial Assistance Program ties into the YMCA's mission.
The YMCA this last year has given over $30,000 worth of aid back to the community for those people who could not afford memberships or programs. You have seen many of those programs today. Those people that were with the mental and physical disabilities, but there are also some other programs that we do. Some of these others are single-parent families, foster children, those people who are unemployed, and then, of course, those people who are living on fixed income. So we consider the financial assistance all the way from age 0 to 99. The other program I'd like to talk to you about is the Alcohol and Drug Task Force that I serve on the committee of Planning District 16. From that committee, we recognized that there was a problem and that most people thought that having a party meant you had to have alcohol. So on New Year's Eve, which is the premier party night, the YMCA sponsored a fit and sober New Year's Eve party that was supported by the community. We have done it for 2 years now. No alcohol is served, and the intent of the party is to provide an alternative for families to be able to go to. This last year, we had over 110 people in attendance. It was supported entirely by the community, and it's one of the great things that we consider that the YMCA can do. It's definitely an interagency cooperation type of activity, and that's one of the things that the Y stresses, and that's working with other groups to help this become a much better community.
We've heard many times that age is a state of mind. Helen McMichael, a Y member since 1982, brings a ring of truth to an otherwise worn-out cliche. At 71, Helen swims and takes low-impact aerobics twice a week. She's a faithful volunteer with the YMCA swim program. She's truly an inspiration to all who frequent the YMCA.
When I heard that the Y was going to open, I was very anxious to get in and become a member so I could swim all year round. I found that swimming twice a week was very helpful. I joined Aquasize, and then about a year after that, when I discovered that there were a lot of people, a lot of volunteers needed for the special ed kids, I decided to go help with that group. So since then, I have been with that group, or various age groups in special ed classes.
The YMCA touches the lives of so many. If you haven't discovered the YMCA, give them a call. Better yet, drop by for a tour. They'd like to have you as a member of their team.
Business growing stronger every day. just for you, just for you. Pride in our communities,
governments that care.
It seems a place that God has touched,
a place we'd like to share.
Fredericksburg, Fredericksburg.
The downtown area has nice little shops where you get individual attention.
We do feel that Fredericksburg has an awful lot to offer our family and the children.
I had a choice where I wanted to go to college, and I chose one right here in Fredericksburg, Mary Washington College, and I'm glad I did.
Well, I live with the battlefield trenches in my backyard, and I feel a part of history.
Just for you. Communities we love so much, a history that you can touch, and you'll find out just how true that Fredericksburg is right for you.